Toyota, GM, Honda. These are some of the most trusted names in the automotive world. So why have certain engines from these manufacturers ended up under recalls and investigations for catastrophic failures? The answer isn't poor engineering. It's something far more surprising. Before you buy your next vehicle, there's one hidden detail you absolutely need to understand. When most people buy a vehicle, they don't start by researching the engine code. They look at the badge on the hood. Toyota is known for reliability. GM is famous for powerful trucks and SUVs. Honda has built a reputation for engines that often last hundreds of thousands of miles. For many buyers, that's enough to feel confident. But here's the problem. A manufacturer's reputation doesn't guarantee every engine will be free from defects. Modern engines are incredibly complex, with thousands of precision-machined components working under extreme temperatures and pressures. Even a small manufacturing flaw can create problems that aren't discovered until thousands of vehicles are already on the road. That's exactly what's happened in several recent cases. Some engines from respected manufacturers have been recalled, not because the overall design was poor, but because manufacturing defects could lead to serious internal damage. Drivers often first notice knocking sounds, warning lights, rough running, or sudden power loss. The biggest lesson isn't that trusted brands suddenly became unreliable. It's that smart buyers look beyond the logo and ask one important question. Which specific engine is under the hood? And does it have a history of known problems? That brings us to one of Toyota's most talked about engines in recent years. When Toyota introduced its twin turbocharged 3.4-liter V6, it was meant to represent the future of the company's trucks and SUVs. Replacing the long-running V8 was a bold move, offering more power and better fuel economy. Then some owners began reporting unusual problems. A few noticed knocking noises, while others experienced warning lights, rough running, hesitation, or even sudden power loss. For a company known for reliability, the reports quickly drew attention. Toyota later determined that some engines contained manufacturing debris left behind during production. Although it sounds minor, tiny particles inside a modern engine can cause significant damage. Every moving part depends on a thin film of clean engine oil. If debris contaminates the lubrication system, bearings and other precision components can gradually wear out. At first, drivers may hear a slight knock. Eventually, the damage can lead to poor performance, warning lights, or complete engine failure. Toyota expanded the recall as additional affected vehicles were identified and introduced production improvements. The key takeaway? This wasn't evidence that every engine using this design was defective. It demonstrated how a small manufacturing problem can affect even one of the industry's most advanced engines. And Toyota wasn't alone. Around the same time, General Motors faced an entirely different engine problem. While Toyota dealt with manufacturing debris, General Motors faced a different issue with its popular 6.2-liter L8758. Used in several Chevrolet, GMC, and Cadillac trucks and SUVs, the engine earned a reputation for strong performance before unexpected failures began appearing. GM's investigation pointed to defects affecting critical internal components, including the connecting rods and crankshaft. Because these parts operate under enormous stress, even small manufacturing imperfections can damage engine bearings and eventually disrupt lubrication. The warning signs were often subtle. Drivers reported knocking or ticking noises, check engine lights, hesitation, rough operation, or reduced power. Since these symptoms can have many causes, some owners continued driving, without realizing a more serious problem was developing. In severe cases, engines lost power or required complete replacement. As reports increased, GM announced a major recall, while federal investigators continued reviewing additional complaints. Although Toyota's and GM's problems involved different components, they shared the same lesson. Tiny manufacturing defects inside precision-machined parts can eventually lead to major failures. Does that mean you should avoid every Toyota or GM engine? Not at all. The smartest buyers don't judge an entire brand by one recall. They know what to check before making a purchase. If these recalls teach us anything, it's this: never buy a vehicle based solely on the badge on the hood. Two vehicles from the same manufacturer may use completely different engines, each with its own reliability history. Before buying any used vehicle, find out exactly which engine it has. Then check whether it has been subject to recalls and confirm that all repairs have been completed. Manufacturers and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration both provide free VIN lookup tools that make this easy. During a test drive, listen for knocking or ticking sounds, watch for warning lights, and pay attention to hesitation, vibration, or rough running. These symptoms don't automatically indicate a major problem, but they deserve further inspection. Most importantly, remember that a recall doesn't mean every engine will fail. Millions of recalled vehicles continue operating normally after receiving the proper repairs. A recall exists to identify a potential safety issue and correct it before it becomes a much larger problem. Toyota and GM have built some of the most respected engines in automotive history, and those reputations weren't earned by accident. But even the best manufacturers can experience production issues that affect specific engine families. That's why informed buyers look beyond the logo and focus on the engine itself. The smartest question isn't, "Is this a good brand?" It's, "Does this specific engine have a proven history? And has every recall been addressed?" That simple habit can save you thousands of dollars and a lot of frustration down the road. If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comments. Which engine has impressed you the most for reliability, and which one surprised you? And if you enjoy learning the engineering stories behind the machines we drive every day, don't forget to subscribe. There's always another hidden story waiting under the hood.